Have you ever thought about this? When you cook food, when magnesium burns, when tree grows, and even inside your body right now, something is happening. What is common in all these situations? Today we are going to discover something that happens everywhere, all the time, even inside you. Yes, chemical reactions. So today we will try to understand what chemical reactions are and know how to recognize the chemical reactions and identify the sign of a chemical reactions in real life and in experiments. So welcome back to my science diary. Let's start our lesson. We will study this lesson into the two parts. In the first part, we will learn what chemical reactions are and what are their signs. And in the second part, we will study the combustion reactions, especially how magnesium and carbon react with oxygen. Chemical reactions are happening everywhere in kitchen, in laboratory, in factories, in nature, and even inside your body when you digest food. Scientists study the chemical reactions in laboratories to develop medicines, fuels, and materials. So, a chemical reaction is a process where one or two more substances called reactant are transformed into the new substances called products. Basically, it's when the bond between the atoms break and form new ones, creating the different chemicals. In every chemical reactions, new substances are formed. The substances you end up with are different from the one you started with. Most chemical reactions are not easily reversible. You cannot easily get back the original substances. For example, can you turn ash back into the wood? No. So these are not reversible. So when substances mix and changes into something new, that change is called chemical reaction. Let's consider some examples so that you can get clear idea about the chemical reaction. Our first example is burning paper. This paper changes into ash. It cannot become paper again. That means the chemical reactions happen. Another example is rusting. Iron changes into rust in the presence of oxygen and water. This is also an example of chemical reactions. Another example is like cooking food. When you cook rice or chapati, the raw food changes into the cooked food. So new substances form. This is a chemical reactions. Another is like digestions. When we eat food, our body changes it into the energy and the nutrient. This is also a chemical reactions inside our body. So, a chemical reaction is a process where substances interact and transform into a new substance with different properties. You can recognize a chemical reactions by looking for signs like the production of heat or light, color changes, gas formation, or new smell. So now let's try to understand the sign of a chemical reactions. Like when you do an experiment, how do you know a chemical reactions happens? We will look for the clues like flames or sparks, new smells, temperature changes like hot or cold, sound like fizzing or popping sound, and at the end of reactions, it looks very different from what you started with. So every time you see those clues, you know a chemical reaction is happening. So keep an eye out for these signs in your everyday life and in your experiments. In the next video, we will take a closer look at the combustion reactions and see how different elements like magnesium and carbon react with oxygen. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.